This is Proactive International PR reporting unusually from a graveyard in Berkshire. Now, we're well known for our telecommunications and technology activities around the world, but we're also very passionate about supporting charities. And one really important one that we work for is the Victoria Cross Trust. This organisation looks after the graves of Victoria Cross winners around the country that may have fallen into disrepair. And we're here today honouring the grave of a Victoria Cross winner from the Royal Air Force in the First World War. Tell us about the Victoria Cross Trust and more about how it came about.
We started a couple of years ago when we found a local grave that required some work to be done. We had the work done, and then surprisingly enough found out that there was quite a few other graves around the country that were in extremely bad state of repair. So we decided to form a charity because nobody else was doing it.
Is this typical of the work of the Trust?
Increasingly more so. We do struggle getting funds in, but when we do get the funds in, we like to actually do this sort of work, but we actually like to do it as a community project. So we'll try and get either the RAF, the Army or the Navy involved, and also the local community as well. After all, it's their cemetery.
It was the 12th of August 1918, just 3 months before the end of the First World War, when Captain Freddie West found himself over the front lines. He and his observer avoided fierce ground fire, but were then attacked by 7 enemy aircraft. Captain West was hit in the leg and his transmitter was put out of action. But he remained under fire until he could confirm his location and twisted his trouser leg into a tourniquet in mid-flight before returning to Allied lines to make his report. He lost his leg as a result of his wounds and was invalided back to the UK. But this was far from the last to be heard of Captain West. He returned to flying and by World War II was commanding 50 Wing in France. Moving into diplomatic circles, he then helped many British POWs to escape from Germany and ultimately achieved the rank of Air Commodore before retiring in 1958. Do you think this is important work, someone in the RAF yourself?
I think it's important for all military personnel, all regiments, squadrons. There's lots of charities that are doing work for the living. At the moment, these are the only ones I know of that are doing something for important people who've done important things for our past.
My son James was killed in Afghanistan last year on June the 13th, and he was awarded the Victoria Cross last month, or at the beginning of last month. And I'd be devastated to know that in probably 80 to 100 years if his grave was in the same condition as some of the ones that we're working on at the moment.
This has been a very rewarding and important day at Proactive International PR, helping the Victoria Cross Trust with their work. This really is just the start for the Trust, and we'll be doing more work up and down the country supporting them in what they do.